Welcome, Corey Quinn here. You've tuned in to a bonus episode of the Deep Specialization podcast. For a limited time, every week, we're releasing a chapter of my new book, Anyone, Not Everyone, a proven system to escape founder-led sales. This is in addition to the weekly episode that we release every Wednesday. In case you don't know me, I'm a 17-year veteran of the agency space. I was recently the chief marketing officer at an agency called Scorpion. While there, we grew revenue from 20 million to 150 million. We also grew the sales team from 6 people to 100. We grew the company from 100 people to 1,000, and we grew the number of clients from 1,000 to 14,000. My passion is helping agency owners simplify their marketing and escape founder-led sales by becoming a vertical market specialist. I wrote this book because through my experience in scaling Scorpion and also working with my agency owner clients and interviewing many more on my podcast, this very podcast you're listening to, I've seen the awesome power of specializing in a vertical market can have in scaling. By listening to the book, I hope you embrace and deploy the strategies and tactics I share. If you want to get the full audiobook for free, you can go to anyonenoteveryone.com. That's anyonenoteveryone.com. It's available today. Now onto the episode. Deep Specialization, Step 5, Build the Team. Chapter 16, Build the Team. The bigger your goals become, the better the who's you'll need. Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy, authors of Who, Not How. Okay, let's review where we're at. You've chosen a vertical market, researched both your buyers and the competitors, developed your unique positioning and point of view, and you've considered what types of marketing campaigns make the most sense for your firm. Time for the final step, build the team. Here's the good news. Getting early wins and building momentum in your new vertical doesn't require you to go run out and hire a bunch of new people. You can start with where you are and the team you have. Here's the potentially bad news. The best person in your agency to own this strategy is you. I get it, your time is sucked dry and you're focusing on 1,000 different things to keep the ship afloat. Here's something I already know about you. The fact that you've made it to this chapter tells me you're serious about shifting away from serving clients of all shapes and sizes to focusing on a specific vertical market. You're ready to end the dependency on you, the founder, for sourcing and closing all the sales. You're ready to end the client churn. You're ready to end the unpredictable growth. You're ready to do what it takes to point your agency in a better direction. So remember our discussion on giving a damn in Chapter 4? We emphasized how pivotal client intimacy is to succeeding in this strategy. It's not just about knowing your client's business, but truly understanding their needs, challenges, aspirations, and the intricacies that make them unique. This depth of understanding forms the bedrock of our approach. As the founder and leader of your agency, your role goes beyond business operations or strategy. You set the tone, the values, and the direction for your entire agency. Therefore, it is imperative that you, above all, genuinely understand and resonate with your vertical buyer. Your intimate knowledge of them will not only guide your agency's strategies and decisions, but also inspire your team to follow suit. The deeper your connection and understanding, the more tailored and effective your solutions will be, positioning your agency as the go-to expert in your vertical. However, you're not the only person who's likely to be involved. Functional skills by chapter. Here's a chart outlining the required functional skills for each phase of this strategy. Depending on your situation, you might already have the functional expertise internally, or you might need to outsource. So let's go through the chart together. In Chapter 5, called the 4-Step Process, the activity is researching existing clients and vertical markets. The functional skills needed are strategy and market research. In Chapter 6, called Get into the Mind of Your Vertical Buyer, the activity is client interviews. The functional skills are strategy and client communication. Chapter 7, which is called Know Your Vertical Competition, the activity is research competitor messaging. The functional skills required are strategy and market research. In Chapter 8, called Create Your Vertical Positioning, the activity is developing differentiated positioning. The functional skills required is strategy. Chapter 9, called Establish Your Point of View, the activity is develop your point of view, and the functional skills required is strategy. Chapter 10, called Develop Your Vertical Messaging Guide, the activity is creating the messaging guide, and the functional skill required is strategy. Chapter 12, Vertical Sales and Marketing Materials, the activity is create marketing collateral, and the functional skills are strategy, copywriting, design, and web developer. Chapter 13, called Vertical Inbound Marketing Strategies, the activity is create and execute vertical inbound campaigns. The functional skills required are inbound strategy, content strategy, copywriting, design, web developer, lead gen, and sales. In Chapter 14, called Vertical Outbound Sales and Marketing Strategies, the activity is create and execute outbound campaigns. The functional skills are outbound strategy, sales, copywriting, design, a web developer, and logistics. Chapter 15, Vertical Relationship Sales and Marketing Strategies. The activity is create and execute relationship campaigns. The functional skills required are relationship marketing strategy, sales, copywriting, design, web developer, and logistics. Should you use internal or external resources? My rule of thumb is to use your internal resources first and contract second. Using internal resources allows you to tap into existing processes and thereby move more quickly. And it's typically more cost-effective than outsourcing. However, building true expertise in a vertical market takes time. You can expect a minimum of 18 to 24 months of continual focus on the vertical to build true expertise and brand awareness. Most agency founders aren't going to accept an 18 to 24 month time period to build a deep understanding of a vertical. To expedite the process, there are two roles you could externally contract in the short term to save you 12 to 15 months. Use these external resources to expedite results. Vertical subject matter experts. One of my consulting clients decided to focus his business on chain restaurants in the United States. While he already had 22 chain restaurants as current clients, he was not an insider in the chain restaurant world at all. His background was in running sales teams for youth sporting training programs. He didn't know who the key influencers were in the restaurant industry, the best conferences to attend, the right associations to get involved with, or the best content to create. To bridge this knowledge gap, we hired a restaurant technology consultant, whom I discovered on LinkedIn while researching restaurant writers. This consultant had over 2 decades of experience in both executive roles at restaurant chains and in marketing for SaaS businesses targeting these chains. Within weeks, she provided us with a comprehensive and prioritized list of industry-specific conferences, associations, influencers, editors, and podcasts. Beyond that, she connected us to prominent industry figures, introduced us to insider off-the-radar conferences, and linked us with CEOs of potential partner companies that had a vast clientele of chain restaurants. If you don't have existing insider knowledge or contacts within your vertical market, you too can hire a vertical subject matter expert to help shorten your learning curve. Here are some things to look for when hiring a vertical subject matter expert. Relevant experience. Check their background to see if they have worked directly in the field or industry. The length and breadth of experience are crucial. Track record. Look for demonstrated results, projects, or contributions that showcase their expertise. This could be through past roles, publications, or specific accomplishments. References and recommendations. Past employers, colleagues, or clients can provide insights into the expert's competence and reliability. Industry involvement. Active participation in industry associations, conferences, and seminars can indicate their commitment to the field. Teaching or mentorship. Those who have taught courses, led workshops, or mentored others in their field often have a deep understanding of the vertical. Vertical content development. Just like the vertical subject matter expert, with a bit of effort, you can easily find independent vertical content specialists to help you create thought leadership. For instance, when looking for experts on chain restaurants, we easily found numerous bloggers, YouTubers, and podcasters ready for project collaborations. Simply search online and you'll discover them. Here's what Mike Perez, the CEO and founder of iLawyer Marketing, said about the importance of hiring expert content developers. Hiring folks with a legal background has only really been important for content writers. The fact that they've been doing legal content writing is a pretty big thing, because if you get people that don't have that experience, there's sometimes a long learning curve in knowing how to write for law firm websites. Here are a few things to look for. Expertise in the specific vertical. Ensure they have deep experience in the specific vertical. They should understand the preferences, pain points, and behaviors. Relevant portfolio. Review their previous work to see if it aligns with the style, quality, and depth you're seeking. This gives a clear picture of their capabilities and the potential fit for your needs. References and testimonials. These can provide insights into their professionalism, reliability, and collaboration style. Hire this internal resource to accelerate sales. Meet Travis Carter, a Scorpion salesperson. Originally, he sold websites and marketing services to attorneys. While hardworking and dedicated, over the years, he consistently ranked average among the 8-member sales team. Then we transferred Travis to our new home services vertical. Here's the twist. Travis once owned a home services company. This meant he intimately understood the challenges and aspirations of plumbers considering digital marketing. On sales calls, he shared personal business stories and insights that truly resonated. His background allowed him to present Scorpion services in a relatable manner and probe deeper with his questions. This established trust, showcasing that both he and Scorpion weren't just digital marketing experts, but specialists in growing home service businesses. His professional experience in home services accelerated our growth in the home services vertical, far exceeding our expectations. Today, Travis leads Scorpion's 23-strong home services sales team as the Senior Vice President. The lesson? Speed up trust in sales by hiring someone deeply familiar with both the industry you're targeting and selling agency services. Here's how to find them. Salespeople from vertical specialist competitors. Salespeople who have worked for direct competitors or near competitors within a specific vertical market come with the advantage of industry-specific experience. They'll have an understanding of the industry's nuances, challenges, and customer pain points, as well as existing relationships within the vertical networks. Look for, number 1, depth of experience. While 3 years is a benchmark, dive deeper into what they have achieved during that period. Were they consistently meeting or exceeding quotas? What kind of accounts did they handle? Network and relationships. One of the advantages of hiring from a competitor is the relationships and the networks these salespeople bring. Check how robust and warm these connections are. Another client of mine, an 8-figure agency, grew new sales by 7 times by hiring seasoned sellers from a competing agency. Deep specialization pro tip. Always ensure they aren't bound by non-compete clauses that could prevent them from working with you. Consultants in the vertical market. Individuals working as sales, marketing, or business development consultants in a particular vertical have a broad view of the industry. They have likely worked with multiple clients within the vertical and can bring a fresh perspective to sales strategies. Look for consultative selling skills. These individuals will be adept at consultative selling, understanding the needs and providing solutions, a skill that's invaluable in complex sales scenarios. Specialized knowledge. Consultants often possess specialized knowledge that could benefit your sales process, especially if they've been involved in setting up strategies or training teams. Project portfolio. Review the projects they've handled, the size and scale of their engagements, and the outcomes. Were they more strategy-focused, or did they also participate in execution? When considering candidates from these sources, remember to weigh their vertical experience alongside other crucial sales skills. Industry knowledge is valuable, but so are skills like relationship building, negotiation, resilience, and a customer-first attitude. Quote, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently." Warren Buffett. When it comes to this strategy, don't burn your bridges. Deep specialization is a relationship-focused approach within a specific narrow market. Because of this, it's critically important to reach out to businesses within the vertical with a high-quality, personalized, and relationship-based approach. If you aim for only short-term wins at the cost of long-term relationships, you'll quickly burn the very bridges you'll need to be successful in the long run. This is why it's better to not let outside vendors handle your sales outreach. They have different incentives and plain just won't care as much as you do. I recommend my clients do sales outreach using their own team. If you're light on salespeople, begin by targeting a few key businesses in your vertical and run the campaigns yourself in order to build early traction. Yes, more founder-led sales isn't exactly what you signed up for here, but the vertical prospects aren't going to sell themselves. Short-term versus long-term. Here's a roadmap for contracting or hiring each of the 3 resources mentioned above over the short term and long term. So we'll start with vertical subject matter expert. In the short term, you want to contract with an external resource. In the long term, you want to develop an internal resource or hire a subject matter expert. Vertical content development. In the short term, contract with an external resource. Over the long term, you want to develop internal resources or hire. When it comes to a vertical salesperson, in the short term, you want to promote from within or hire. In the long term, you want to build a vertical specific sales team. In the next chapter, I'll offer my advice on getting started. Chapter takeaways. Achieving momentum in your vertical doesn't necessarily mean new hires. You can start with your current team. The person most suited to spearheading this strategy is you, the agency owner. As the agency founder and leader, setting the tone and understanding the vertical buyer is crucial. Each phase of the strategy requires various functional skills, which may already exist internally or might need to be outsourced. Building expertise in the vertical market can take 18 to 24 months. Consider external contractors for roles such as vertical subject matter experts and vertical content developers to shorten this process. Hiring salespeople with direct experience in the vertical can significantly speed up sales. Hey, Corey here. I hope you enjoyed that chapter of my book, Anyone, Not Everyone. If you want to get the full audiobook for free, you could do so right now by going to anyonenoteveryone.com. That's anyonenoteveryone.com.